Welcome back.
Hey, welcome back.
This is Men's Truth, everybody.
Yes,
welcome back
sir.
to another great week. We're glad to be here today, and we're blessed.
Blessed, baby.
For an opportunity like this to be on this platform and be able to talk to all the men out there.
Come on.
The moms out there, everybody tuning in out there from all over the world. Hey, we appreciate all the love. We
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
just, another great opportunity, man. I can't say that enough. The opportunity is just like being here every week. It's fun. This is
like the highlight of our week, man.
Yes. How many meetings we be having, man?
Oh, man, probably too many. My wife be like, you back on that phone again? Yes. It's another meeting, baby.
Another meeting. We ain't gonna be talking about that. We be over here cracking jokes. But this is another blessing. Men's Truth in the building.
Yes, sir.
Yes. As we continue to do great things around here, man, I can't say last week was a banger. We had Pastor Jones.
Yes, sir.
And let me tell you, a lot of feedback has been amazing.
It's been crazy.
But let's go deep. Pastor Jones is just only a part of the process of showing, and we wanted to show that Pastor Jones was real, down to earth.
Man,
he's been through some of the same stuff
like
that we've been through.
Yeah.
So don't think it's just surrounded by the church or religion, anything. This is a grown man.
Yeah.
That's been through HELL and back.
Man, hold on. What does that mean?
Hell,
baby.
Fire.
Big fire.
Yeah, he was big fired.
Fiery fire.
If y'all heard some of the story, man, one of the things that hit me is he was going through the worst time. He was on drugs. He was down and out. He was lost. And a drop of the dime, God said, come here.
Man.
Come here. Stop everything. And you wonder, no withdrawals.
Yeah.
No fallback, no excuses.
Man.
Everything stopped completely.
That was dope.
Hey, that testimony was dope.
Yeah.
If y'all didn't tune in, y'all need to tune in. I'm telling you because.
Hey, wait a minute. They can go run that thing back.
Oh, they can.
What?
What episode was that again?
Man, that was 7.
7.
Episode 7.
750.
750.
Hey, no. If y'all know what that is, 750.
750.
Yeah,
Hey, let's take for it. 45, 47.
Sorry. Hey, those episodes are great for you guys who have been missing, haven't caught up.
Yeah.
Go back and check all the episodes. We started this thing first with in depth of who we are. We bring guests on the show, show who they are, but also want to show the upside of things. We don't never want to bring anybody down. Want to bring everybody up.
Yeah.
So, man, let's
that's
start
the
this
dope
week.
part, man. You know what? And to piggyback off of what my brother was saying, man, that's what we are planning on to do, man. We want to bring guys in, talk about their story.
Yes.
We want to hear a little bit about their childhood, how you was brought up, and where you are in life. Even if the struggle is real right now, man. We want to be able to give you a platform. And I want to make sure I put this out there. I know we are believers. I know we are faith-driven. But if you're a Muslim, come and sit down and talk to us. If you a Methodist, come and sit down and talk to us. Yeah. If you love the Buddha, come and sit down and talk to us. If you love the holistic stuff, come and sit down and talk to us. We want to talk to all men. Now, I'm one of those people that's crazy enough to believe that the faith that I got in God and the places he that took me in this world, that I ain't scared. I ain't never scared. And I'm going to always proclaim, man, and we're going to always proclaim.
Yes,
but we are still men, and we want to deal with the heart of men. And I can't forget the Catholics. I ain't throwing nobody out. We want to have the opportunity, man, to touch every man from around the world.
Man, what's our mission?
Man.
What's our mission this whole thing?
Man.
If you forgot what our mission is.
Break it down to him, bro.
Men's Truth mission is to take the pain inside of you.
Yeah.
Your struggles, your lostness, and to look into depth and see what's the problem. Where did it start at? Did it start in childhood? Did it start in middle age? Are you still dealing with it right now? Yeah. And let's see if we can get some ways of getting it out and then getting some solutions to it, some help. So Men's Truth is all about rebuilding men and uplifting.
And redirecting.
So
when you get built up, see, this is what I love about God, man. I'm getting fired up. Look, this is what I love about God. This is what we do, man. Hey, when you rebuild, after you rebuild, you lift them up. Shake your shoulders off. You know what I'm saying? And then we redirect. Yeah. We change direction. That's what it is to be a believer. Yeah. It says you turn from your wickedness, from your wicked ways, wicked behavior, the things that you're consistently being drawn back to. You turn from it and you redirect. That's what men's truth is. We uplift. We want to build you. Man, get your life back going. Get your health back going. I'm working on that thing right now. That's why I'm sitting next to Brick. Man, you got some crazy biceps, man. But this is my motivation because guess what? I have to rebuild myself and I have to redirect myself in some of the old consistent things that I've been used to doing. The crazy stuff that I was like, man, I love that gravy on that chicken. And I gotta, hey, look, hold on, let me pour some of that gravy back, man.
You say gravy?
Huh?
Hot sauce.
Hot sauce?
Hot sauce.
Hey, man, hold on, Will. Forget the hot sauce, man. We're trying to redirect. Look at me. Follow me. Stay here. We redirecting, though. That's the whole purpose of this thing, man.
Yes.
We want to uplift every single man, man.
Yes.
We won't leave no stone unturned.
Nobody. So don't get us wrong. You know, we gonna get down and dirty. We're gonna talk about what is grounding us.
Come on, man.
And this whole thing, but more
real
importantly,
talk, bro.
It's about you.
Yeah.
It's about uplifting you and finding solutions in this whole thing to get us back going and be better leaders.
Yeah.
So man, truth is real.
It is.
We
bro.
raw. And we gonna say we always face base. You know what I mean? In this whole thing, because that's what changed us.
Yeah.
You know, we don't forget. Go back to our story. We from the street.
Man.
We from the street. If you didn't know us, go check our story. But look at us now.
Man.
Look at us now, and look at you.
To God be the glory.
Let them know. Hey, it's gonna happen. You need it. We right here. We right here every week, and phone call away. We ain't no strangers. Call us up. If you need us, that part. We real, raw. So let's get to the story, man. Let's go into the recap this week.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Did I move too fast?
Wait a minute. Before we get into the recap,
I forgot.
How was your win, baby?
Ooh, my win. I'm busy this week. I've been locked up this week.
Business is booming.
Business is booming. Yeah. God has been blessing this week, and He has kept me busy nonstop. So one of the things I want to share is a story of helping a mom out this week. A mom came to me, and she was like, I don't have any finances right now to go into life insurance. You know, what would cover me and my family right now if anything happened? I just don't have enough money to pour into myself and my family. So we was able to move some things around and get her some help.
Understand that a little plug. He's a life insurance agent. If you need life insurance,
yes, that part.
To Brick.
That part. It's gonna be over the screen somewhere. Yeah. Magical.
Back to your regular.
So I helped this family out and got everybody covered. But not only just that, she knew when she left, it's like having car insurance. That she would be covered overall and the family would be covered. Yeah. She was in tears just by, showing that, you can be down to earth. It's not about money. Yeah. It's about what can you do to help each other and uplift each other. So getting those testimonies, seeing those real tears, man, who brought you in that situation? You got to be real. You wouldn't be in that situation if he would never put you there.
That's good, bro.
So, if you can do something small like that. And Kev got one bigger than mine this week, man, that I want to jump in and hear it all over again because it was so dope. You can't even leave that one uncovered.
Man, I was, man.
You can't now because I like it. I like it, too.
I'll share it, man, because, man, you're right, man. We do overcome by the blood of the Lamb, man, the word of our testimony, man. You're absolutely correct, man. The testimony in itself, I'm a barber, cut hair.
Fresh with it.
I do that as it was a gift given to me by my grandfather. I'm his oldest grandson. He taught me how to cut hair when I was 12 years old, man. So I kind of just got into it just as one of those things that was just passed down to me. So a lady called me early in the morning. She said, hey, I want to get my son's haircut and my mom, she wants to get her fade done. No problem at all. So set them up first customers of the day. Mm-hmm. Say the appointment was at 10. 10:30 rolls around. They didn't show up yet. I said, all right, hold on. Well, y'all 30 minutes late. I'm one of those timey kind of people, man. I'm about time. I love being on time. I was always taught, if you're 15 minutes early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. So that's embedded in me, man. That was embedded in me as a youngster. But anyway, they were late, and I'm like, oh. So I just, checked on them. Hey, how's everything going? Oh, we having car trouble. We're still on the way, waiting on my mom to come pick me up. Is what the lady said. No problem at all, man. So waited another 45 minutes.
That's a long wait.
And, the lady ended up, coming, a little bit after that. But she didn't have the mom with her. She just came in with her son. No problem. I asked where mom was. She said, she decided not to come. Man, I'm counting my money like, all right, let's go. Cut the young man's hair. The kid, had some hair that I had to wet, y'all. If you a barber, I had to get in that thing.
The high comb moment. If y'all know about the high comb, it's one of those
Get
moments.
it up out of there. Good God. But I had to get the kid hair together. Gave him a dope haircut. And as I finished with this kid's haircut, I looked over at the mom, and she handed me some money. And she paid me double of, he said, I'm sorry, I was late. I apologize. Just been going through some stuff. Like, man, you ain't got to do all that. It ain't even that serious. She said, no, I insist. Keynote, don't block somebody else's blessings by being a giver to you. Mm-hmm. Because that's what giving is. Even though in the moment, I'm like, nah. But I thought, well, maybe she just want to be a blessing. Okay. We began to talk, though. She said, life really been lifing. I said, what do you mean? She said, well, I've been going through a lot. I just found out my car is going to cost me about $3,000 that I don't have. Me and my son are currently homeless, living in a hotel. I'm like, wow. You talk about lifing. And you never know what other people are going through. I'm on the other side of my phone being a stickler about time and like, oh, man, this person is late, man. And I never showed that to the customer, but that's what I was feeling in my heart. Let me go ahead and take care of them, and I never treated them any kind of way, but it just made me kind of, you never know what somebody's going through. So as the lady's talking, God say right here, right now, I asked the lady if she needed prayer. We began to pray, and the lady just had a break. She said, I needed that nobody has ever took time out to ask me how I was doing. Sometimes, man, we got to stop getting so busy with life, bro. Mm-hmm. Sow a seed of love. Somebody, man, we all get to move, and somebody just could be on the verge of either a breakthrough or a heartbreak. We never know where people are in life. You have to find yourself able to see where a person is to help them, whatever side they are on. Be a vessel. Now, I try not to highlight a lot of things that I do, but I just had to share that with somebody to understand, man, if you are going through, if you are in a situation where life is lifing,
kicking your butt right now,
I want to send you love and encouragement right now that where you are, this part of your valley is not a period. It's only a comma. Get past the comma. See, sometimes when life gets so tough, when you're in the valley, you tend to stop where it's tough. But the encouragement of today is keep going. Because when you keep going, you get past that toughness. Old folks used to, sing old songs back in the day, man. And the songs that encourage you, and how amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I've been found. Mm-hmm. Man, see, God, he's a present help, man. We have to find these songs, man, and we have to hold tight to them, man. That's what it's about. So I was just able to be a vessel, man. That's the moral of the story. I'm grateful for that, man. Yeah. Very grateful.
Type in the comments, if you're going through something right now, type in the comments.
Absolutely.
We want everybody to let you know that we here for you. And just leave a comment that, you going through it or what, or as Kev says, just type in, keep going in the comments, because that's the greatest thing. You're saying it to yourself. You're saying it to somebody over here watching the video that they need it, and we're going to be positive from here. But I want to highlight on that, man. That was dope for both of us to go through that this week.
Yeah.
To make great progress.
God is good,
this
bro.
weekend, and he's been keeping us on the up and up. So we appreciate that. So recap real quick because I know we got a special guest here today.
Yeah.
But recap.
I can't wait to get to that.
Ooh, you know, it's a sports session.
Uh-oh.
You know, we're going to be a little bit behind on it, but this week what we experienced, I know it's going to air next week.
Yeah.
But, man, we had the NFL Combine, you know, back in my city.
Yeah.
Again, those dudes been killing it, but we're going to move forward to
pro days.
Pro days has been coming up too. So
crazy,
shout out to the guys who didn't go to the Combine. I was in the pro day, so those things are dope too because you got a lot of pressure on you being in front of your peers there. But man, the news been jumping the last 48 hours. Been jumping through the roof. Been jumping through the roof. Hey, I see my my Baltimore Ravens. You know, we got Derrick Henry. If y'all didn't see that, we got some missing legs, but you know, we gonna go for the ship. You know what I mean? To let you know we going for the ship. So get ready. Get ready.
Well, now that we got that bird out the way, let's talk about some real birds. How about them Philadelphia Eagles, baby? Yeah, we see you, Saquon. You're welcome to the real dark side. Welcome to a real team, baby.
Yes, sir. In person.
Yes, sir.
Been shaking his hand.
Man,
here.
Wait a minute. Hey, Nick Sirianni, call me, baby. If you need me to be at the front gate when these guys come through, hey, I'm pumping them up, baby. I'm pumping them up. Hey, man, my Eagles, you might have thought you had us last year. But baby, I'm telling you, we coming back, and we coming back strong. I'm telling you, man, hey, I like the fact that you guys have a vintage Derrick Henry. That's so cute. Hey. But you lost Queen on the other side of the ball. Hey, man, y'all didn't get better.
Okay. It's okay.
Y'all got average.
You didn't even see what
we got better, baby.
So what you gonna get in the draft though? That's
I ain't worried about that because we got C.J. Gardner-Johnson back.
So we're gonna jump up on that one.
Hey man,
we
made some moves, man.
Wait till that happen.
Hey, I tell you what.
You think y'all make some moves?
Hey, we're gonna see which bird.
Hey, cuz BG, if you listen,
see you in the Super Bowl.
This is your biggest fan right here. He gonna be standing right here with
BG. BG, baby. Hey, wait a minute. Hold on. Brandon Graham, I'm sending this to you. Hey, I welcome back to the team. Your cousin right here. I told him to call you. Hey, you're welcome to come on the show anytime, BG. You know, 55. I see you, big dog. Welcome back. Hey. One more year, baby. One more year. Yeah, man, we fly.
We should do a commercial.
Eagles fly on the road to victory.
This is why we can't take him
nowhere. Eagles fly.
We keep this bird locked up.
Get a touchdown. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Hit them low, hit them high, and watch those Eagles fly. Fly, Eagles fly, on the road to victory.
Why you have a whole...
E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles. Yeah. Your turn.
I'm not following that.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. We real birds out here. Let's go.
I'm not following that. I'm not singing for nobody unless it's in the shower. Hey,
man.
See, this is why we can't talk about sports. You get carried away. We have to put them locked up again.
Hey, man.
And talk about everybody else's team.
Yeah, you're right.
He called me a traitor because, you know, my home team, Indianapolis Colts.
You said it, not me.
I'm not a traitor. I just think I evolved to the great players in other places. No, I supported them. Like, I still support my Colts. It just, as I grew up, you know, I just wasn't like that all the time. My brother, he was a Pacer fan, and then my other brother's a Colts fan, and I was like, well, I like this team. I like LeBron over here. That was just me. I was different.
You know what they call that?
What's that?
A fair weather fan.
Call it what you want. Ray Lewis, that was my biggest role model, so I followed him. That's how I got to.
I like Ray Lewis also. You know, probably arguably the greatest middle linebacker of all time. My personal opinion.
All day.
You know, may not be the greatest defensive player of all times, but he's definitely the.
Who would you get that?
Man, Lawrence Taylor. As
much as I hate the Giants. What about Brian Dawkins?
Brian Dawkins ain't better than Deion Sanders. See, I'm a realist.
Oh, okay. Now you want to talk on that level.
I'm a realist. We talking about...
No, Deion Sanders up there. Yeah. Then why is Lawrence Taylor over Deion Sanders then?
Man, Lawrence Taylor was a man
child. He's a man child. What about Reggie White?
Reggie White, I mean, Reggie White
he
was
looked
Reggie
like
White.
Reggie White.
You know? Hey, man.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get carried away in that. We're gonna get carried away, man. It's a lot of trades that went out this week. Hey, everybody's team looked like they beefed up or lost somebody otherwise. But we ain't gonna get carried away.
Wait a minute, shots fired.
Yeah, shots fired. Shots fired.
I think it was the Cowboys fans.
Shots fired. Yeah, they got Cat Williams.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Give it up for Cat Williams. Give it up.
Jerry
Oh
Jones.
my God, his form was perfect though.
Wait a minute. Hey, Jerry Jones, like he got the Cowboys fans saying, "Oops, I did it again." He ain't did nothing in free agency, man.
Does he need to move somebody else in his position?
Absolutely, he got too much control, man. And he's a businessman. He know people are gonna fill those seats up no matter what. He knows season tickets are gonna be completely sold no matter what.
So is he selling the ticket or is he selling for the team? Because it seemed like he's selling the seats instead of trying to pick what's best for the team.
Man, what's the purpose of picking what's best for the team if you know people gonna fill the seats?
Great.
Exactly.
Great.
Business is business.
I heard it here.
Business is booming.
Don't let Jerry catch you outside. I'm just saying.
Season ticket holders, put some pressure on your owner, man. Put some pressure on them to make some decisions.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know? But we'll stay on this recap, man. We'll get away from the fact that we have a great guest today. We are very honored. Let me tell you a little bit about this gentleman, man. I met him at the barbershop. I was out doing a little soliciting. Shh, don't tell those people because they be hating, man.
It says it right on the window. Don't solicit.
And I'm walking by. As you can tell, I'm very energetic. I'm a people's person. I love being around people. And I was walking past this gentleman, and I looked at him and just wanted to shake his hand, man. He looked like, the type of guy, man, with his head held high, walking forward. And I began to shake his hand. Most people would be intimidated by people that carry that kind of charismatic type of attitude. But I wasn't, man. I was eager to shake this gentleman's hand, let him know what I do and what I was doing at the moment, invited him to come to the barbershop, and this guy made an appointment for the very next day. And we've been kicking it since. He's been a great guy, great friend. We're getting to know each other more and more as we grow. And he told me a few things about his story. I told him, stop right there. I got to have you on the show, bro. I got to have you. I felt it, and I think you guys will feel it. So I want you all to give a standing ovation, to give a hand clap to our guest of today, Mr. Chris Woodruff.
Triple C.
C-Dub.
Triple C.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, baby.
If you guys didn't know, I'm a Chris. He's a Chris. He's a middle Chris.
The middle Chris, baby.
Because he's right in the middle.
Yeah, that's why I sit in the middle. I'm just middle name Chris.
Yeah. Triple C. Welcome, man. Welcome to Ben's True, brother. Hey, glad to finally get you on the show.
Yeah.
Man. How you feel, man? How you feeling today?
Man, I'm feeling good. I stepped into this palace and I'm like, man, it's like some turned on in me. So
now, you see the energy right now. So if you ain't got that, we go get a Red Bull real quick. We
man, I've been over here rolling. You had me laughing the whole time.
Hey, did you get a win this week? Did you get a win?
Man, let me see. What's my win this week? So I actually I blessed someone. It was probably the weekend. There was someone out there on the road, and they didn't look like, like they were homeless or anything like that. But, they were, like, asking for money. She had her kids and stuff out there. And, she was honest with me. She was like, she does work, but she was just a little down on her luck. Wow. You know what I mean? And she was just kind of hopping from hotel to hotel.
Wow.
So.
The same way?
Wow. Yeah, she was just kind of hopping from hotel to hotel. So, I talked with her a little bit about, where she lived, kind of like what she done in the past, just to kind of get an idea of her. But, man, I actually I helped her get a hotel. I helped her get a hotel for that night, for her and her kids, because I never like to see the kids that give me right here, man. I think that's why they put them out there a lot. Yeah. But
sold.
the kids will sell you, man, just like with the Girl Scout cookies, you know. But so that's my win this week, man. Is I love to help people where I can. I feel like God blessed me in that area, so that's what I do.
That's good. Blessing.
That's good stuff.
Yeah. Great win, man.
Well, I think it's only appropriate, man, to have you dive right into who you are, man. We would love to know the upbringing of Chris Woodruff.
Seawood. All right. Well, I actually grew up in Georgia, Glenville, Georgia. That's a small town, so I don't know if you know where that's at, near Hinesville.
Okay.
So I grew up there, and I actually met my wife there. We lived on the same street, so we grew up together. I played football when I was younger. What position? Can I guess what position I played?
I'm gonna give you left guard.
Okay. He was a quarterback. He was taller, so you probably quarterback.
I was closer. Give it to me. Man.
Yeah. Well, you was like, I did a little bit of offensive. I was a left guard one time. Yeah.
I felt it.
But my main position was fullback, and then I was gonna be my second. I did a little bit of middle linebacker too.
Welcome to my world. Welcome to my world.
Yeah, so I did a little bit of football. I did some the track and field. I did the field, not the track, because I couldn't run. So I did that part growing up. So those are probably about the two only sports I played. I tried my hand at basketball and baseball. So I think I did some recreation baseball. That didn't work for me. I did some basketball. I just wasn't a good basketball player, man. Like, I would shoot and brick and bound. And I played with my cousins and stuff, and they would laugh at me, man. I'm talking about shots getting blocked, you know? But anyhow, sports wasn't my thing, man. But another part of my childhood, man, is probably when I was like 16, 17, I learned how to play the piano. Play the keyboard, really? Man. Yeah. So, at 16 or 17 years old, I was, leading choirs. I was like the minister of music or music director for, different churches. Man,
it's talented.
Hey, I try, man. And then, I would sing a little bit. I ain't as good as you because I heard your vocals.
Oh, no, man. I'm all right, man. I'm good.
But, and, so that was pretty much it, man. I grew up in a two-person two-parent, household. So, I had my mom.
You sound like you had an accent. Where are they from?
Who, my parents?
Yeah.
Georgia. I don't know why I told it. Everybody said you got an accent.
You sound like your parents are like, from like the West Indies or something. Like, you mean like an islander or something. That's what you kind of like. So you guys, Georgia, you grew up in the South.
Georgia. I was in a Nigerian church for a little while too, though.
Oh, man,
so,
okay.
You could be hearing a little bit of that. I don't know.
That might be it. That might be it. You go ahead and get voted in one time.
But, so, I grew up with both my parents. My mom died back in 2009. Oh, so, the only one I have living right now is my father. But, he supports me. I love him. And I love on him while I have him. Yeah. Amen. So that's pretty much my childhood, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Pretty good. So let me ask you this, man. I would love to go into what was some of the truths, some of the things on the other side of your childhood that you probably call flashes of, maybe in your teenage years or young adult years that you was like, ooh, I probably shouldn't have saw that. Ooh, I probably shouldn't have did that. Ooh, how did I end up here?
Well, listen, man. So I'm glad you said that, right? So I was a part of a church when I was younger, and we took this church convention. Church kids, now. We took this church convention, and I can't think where we went. But anyhow, it was like a group of us. I was with my cousin, guys, girls, co-ed, that type of thing. And, man, I caught myself in a sexual act at a young age.
Oh, man.
With a female, obviously, right? And
when you caught yourself?
Caught myself.
Wait a minute.
What age we talking about?
Man, I was probably like 13.
Yeah.
Maybe like 13.
Curious age.
Yeah, somewhere around 13, 14, man. And anyhow, the girl, I don't know how her mom found out. But her mom found out.
And mom found out.
Called my mom on Sunday morning right before church. And I used to go to a different church than my parents because I was going to the church that my mom grew up in, but she would follow my dad because he was a musician too.
Wow.
But that Sunday morning,
she
was like, nah, you coming with me. Ooh-wee. And I remember my dad grabbed me and jacked me up on the closet door. I'll never forget. And he was like, what's wrong with you, boy? You want to go to prison? You want to go to jail? You know what I'm saying? And so it just shook me up real bad because he used to work in the prison system. You know what I mean? Because she was actually younger, a little bit younger. Yeah. Wow. So, he taught me then, like, hey, you need to be mindful of what you do, who you be around, especially when it comes to things like that, So, hey, that was one instance. I would say another one is probably, I got a lot of little stories, man. Me and my cousin was sitting around one summer watching TV, right? And my uncle used to store these these little dirty videos up in his closet. I didn't know where that stuff was, but my cousin, he knew where everything was.
So was that your cousin's dad?
No, so this was my my cousin I'm talking about?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
So it's just both of y'all uncles?
Yeah, both of our uncles.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the freaky uncle.
The freaky uncle, man. Everybody got that one, right?
My dad just happened to be the freaky uncle.
Man. Yeah. So anyhow, so freaky uncle has some videotapes up there, man. And I remember my cousin, he didn't just watch it, man. He took it and he stole it. And that's how we got caught. I don't yet know how he knew it was us, but I think because
he had them numbered.
Yeah, that's what it was, man. But yeah, we took that video, man, and that's how I actually got introduced into like pornography.
Wow.
You know, and I was in my teens then.
Wow.
You know, yeah.
How did that shape you from there?
Man, you know, so at that particular point, it was just like, oh, exciting. And I remember that same summer, same cousin decided to, you know, purchase some Playboy on his TV. Got in trouble for that, watched that. But it was just like, ooh, exciting, something cool. It didn't really start to affect me until I actually got engaged to be married is when I realized I had a problem.
Wow. So what was the age difference from when these deposits happened up to the time where you were married?
Yeah. So the deposits happened when I was like probably 14, 15. It didn't really bother me like that. When I got married, I think I was like 22, 23, if I'm not mistaken. And at that particular time, I had started watching it more. I would actually I was actually heavy into it at that time. Wow. You know, hitting it on my phone while I was at work, different things like that. And so, yeah, more frequency, you know, but I thought it was something that I could just shake. But, you know, I didn't actually tell my wife about it. You know, I just kept it to myself. I was like, you know, everybody do this. It's cool, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So were you serving in ministry?
I was. I was still playing. I was still serving. Yep. And when I actually went ahead and got married, and that's when it really became an issue while serving, because that was my first step of infidelity along with that. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And I remember actually sitting myself down at one point. You know, I was playing, I was the musician, and I told them I just wanted to take a seat back. I didn't let them know why, but obviously I knew for my own personal reasons.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, I was still serving.
Wow. So, and I think a lot of people don't understand, man. Bro, you can be gifted as all get out.
Yeah.
And nobody will ever know the depths of certain secrets that you have or you deal with.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why I call them deposits in your youth, because deposits were made and you were like, oh, okay, yeah, I didn't think that was a problem. But when you begin to serve, those deposits were there prior to you serving at the maximum of you giving what you have to God and to his people, right?
Yeah.
But because of those deposits early on, it didn't look like it was an issue because they've been there. They were there first. They had residence first.
Yeah.
You know, so you're married now and you have this issue. It's a secret. It's your secret. Mm-hmm. But how does this secret spills into your life and with your relationships and what goes from there and from that?
Yeah. So, once I got married, and, I was heavily into pornography, man, a lot of people may not believe this, man. So I'm going to give you something that may shock you a little bit. So I got real heavy into pornography, right? And my wife had no, history of seizures or anything like that prior to marriage.
Wow.
I started watching pornography, and she would start having, like, seizures, right?
Wow.
Where she would still be conscious, but she would kind of, like, feel these things in her head. And so I was just like, man, that's weird. But then, I did it so much, right, that I could gauge to where, like, on a day that I would do it, that night she would have a seizure. I went 3 or 4 days without, watching it, right? She wouldn't have a seizure, Or sometimes I could watch it, and man, I remember her laying in bed, and she would say, "Man, like my chest hurts," or "Do you feel the bed shaking?" And that in itself, God let me know then, like, hey, what you're watching is not just pornography. It's demonic. Mm-hmm. It's a spiritual thing, that God hates. And yet, it had infiltrated my life. And at that particular time, I felt like I couldn't control it. So, I had 2 instances where I dealt with it. So at that particular time, I actually went to a church, right? And she ended up having like a seizure or something like that at the church. And I was at the altar crying, blase, blase. I confessed the Bible said confess your sins one to another, right? So I confessed my sin to the deacon at the church. The deacon said, "Man, what you tell your wife for? You should have just kept it to yourself."
Oh, wow.
I said, "Okay, well, Lord, that probably wasn't the right person to tell." You know what I mean? So anyhow, I got past that. And man, I eventually, somewhat thought I was free from it, right, for a little bit of time. And what I did is I just kind of like, I had a desktop computer at that time, and I got rid of that computer. You know what I mean? And I tried to distance myself from the things that, like, would put me back, have me relapse. All right, I'm going to fast forward for a little bit.
Well, 1 second before you fast forward.
I got a question on that, too. Yeah. I got a question on it, too.
You want to go first? You want me to go first?
Either one.
No,
so here, I'll go first.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said, okay, you make this transition in that point. But let's back up. When do you just think to yourself, like, hey, this is bad? To a regular person, they might not feel it spiritually. Yeah. They're going to do it for, people do it out of stress. I know I ran into it, and I felt it as a stress reliever.
Yeah.
Some other people use it for pleasure. They just get addicted with it. But where it just says, stop right here. I know you looked at your wife and was like, I pushed the button and this happened. Yeah. Another person won't see that. Yeah. So how would they find it to be a problem?
Yeah. I feel that even outside of that, for me, it became a problem when I said that I wouldn't watch it no more, and I would watch it. Or the frequency of it, when it became like my God, like, because I would watch it on my cell phone at work. I would watch it while I was driving. When my wife was asleep, I would watch it at night. And that's a problem. Number one, when God has given you a wife already for you to make those things with. And I get it. There's some married couples that said, they watch it together. But I guess, if you're in agreement with that, hey, so be it. But mine was not in agreement. It was behind my spouse's back, without her knowing.
So that kind of goes into my question, because I don't think we understand the depths of the spiritualness when it comes to porn. Mm-hmm. So you have a wife, and let me get to my question. Mm-hmm. Was there pleasure because of your wife couldn't fulfill what you feel like you were watching, or did you try to take those things into the bedroom and it still wasn't enough?
I think at one point in time, I grew up in a real strict church, and at one point in time, I think it was always preached against for, like oral sex and things like that, right? Whether you married or not, like, hey, don't do it. You know what I mean? So, there was probably a time or two where my wife would resist in that. You know what I mean? We also grew up in a church where, she had to dress real modest. And, we used to talk about that too, and she was like, well, like, and even now, she'll say, hey, well, maybe I should have dressed this way a little bit, dressed that way a little bit. And I always tell her, hey, it's not your fault, because ultimately,
she was taking on her.
Yeah, it's my fault. You know what I mean? Yeah. But, at those particular times, there could have been some times where, like, I tried to take some things into the bedroom, but I think ultimately it all derived from those seeds. Because I even look back today, and I look back and I say, man, it started when we stole that tape. It started when I went to that convention and did this. You know what I'm saying? You go back and you see all the little steps. Because, when we get into things, right, you don't just get into it. Right. Or you don't just get into bad. You don't just go to jail off of that one time. You start small. And all the small things lead up to the big things.
And that's one thing, as he was saying, is, for his men, we affect our wives heavily.
Absolutely.
Where they start looking at themselves and said, well, maybe I could have changed to help you.
Yeah.
And you're helping them help the bad habit.
Yeah.
And that's what I said. That's key right there. That one thing you said is what we do reflects the whole household.
Yeah.
To where, everybody now is trying to change up to make it fit, when all we have to do is wipe it out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where, you can really grow from it. Yeah. So that's key. That's dope.
Yeah,
and a lot of people don't see it. I didn't see it. I didn't see it as a problem. I didn't see it looking at pornography was for the other person. It was for my pleasure only, and not to stay in this box.
Yeah.
So going from there, okay, and it affected your wife's seizures and everything, and you made a change from there. How did the relationship continue once you made that stop?
It's funny, right? Because we all know, if you, even probably girlfriends, your wives, they forgive you, but they don't forget. You know what I mean? They don't forget. So, along with pornography, right, don't just come pornography. A lot of times you have lust that's a part of that too. So, when you walking in the mall, and there's a girl that's walking by, your wife knows she's pretty, and she got this little outfit on, and your wife like this, right? I seen you looking. I saw you. I ain't looking what you looking at. So I saw you looking, right?
Yeah,
so, you hey, you have to deal with that, and it's a part of, and I didn't understand that. My pastor said, hey, if you gonna be together, he said that's just a part of your consequence that you have to deal with because of what you did. And I was like, man, but how long is gonna last?
Man, that part.
Yeah.
She was on your neck.
Lifetime.
and
Lifetime.
I want to stay at this little point here too, because I think a lot of people don't understand when it comes to masturbation.
Mm-hmm.
And the release of masturbation, and we have to get into this. We have to dive into this, man. I have to
Do it
because our seed, our semen, what God has placed in us, is spiritual.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the Bible speaks about soul ties and those things. So when you do, have relationships, that's why you have a kid that looks like you and her. It's a spiritual connection. It's a DNA thing. So what pornography steals from the man or from the woman, it steals and it makes that seed dead when you release it. That seed can no longer multiply or have the potential of production once you release it through masturbation. And what you do is you kill the seeds that God has placed inside of you that was meant for your wife, possible production for you and her with having a family. And man, hey fellas, when you get a little older, that sperm count means something. So I want to talk directly to men, man, that are really dealing with pornography, that are really dealing with masturbation. And a lot of it stems from not feeling fulfilled, whether if it's in your mind, in your heart, or even in your bedroom. I want you to understand, man, the spiritual hold that's on you. And I want you to understand that, man, that stronghold, that tie that the enemy has to your mind that makes you feel that you have to release, that's a complete trick of the enemy. And what he's doing, he's confusing you to allow you to release those things that are meant for a connection with your wife. And I wanna touch and agree with you, man, right now, in this moment, that Satan doesn't have a control over your mind and over your body anymore. And I'm crazy enough to believe where two or more are gathered together, that God is in the midst. And there are going to be men after watching this that'll be set free from pornography and from masturbation. I believe in my heart that is one of the biggest tricks of the enemy, because it causes you not to have relationship with your wife. It causes you not to have the full capacity as a husband and doubt the ability of her as your wife. Be free, my brother.
Be free.
As we go back into some parts of your story, I feel that same way about you. By you sitting up here and you sharing your story, this is a part of you admitting to the world that I'm free.
That's it.
And I believe in my heart that as you've been sitting here, that God has been ministering to you to get it all up out of you. And again, I'm crazy enough to believe that the God that I serve is making you new. In spite of the mistakes, in spite of the shortcomings, in spite of the enemy trying to tell you that you will never be capable enough to be a husband again. You're not worthy enough. You don't deserve it. The devil is a liar. We are not what the enemy says we are. Because he peeped into the future. And he know the men that you're going to help through your story and through you being honest. See, we're not that man, that deacon. We're that brotherhood that's going to hold you up. And we're going to call you out. And like my brother always say, we're going to call you on your BS. And you're going to call us on our BS. You know, so I'll let you have the floor too, man, because I know you still have a little bit more to go with your story of where it led with you and your wife. I don't want to give anything away. Go ahead.
So you know, after that, you know, we at that time we were actually in Georgia. You know, we were living in Georgia, and then my wife was actually in the military. She was in the Army. And so that's how we got to
Salute.
Yeah, that's how we got to San Antonio. And so, you know, we were in San Antonio for a while. And, you know, even you know, sometimes outside of the you know, the sexual escapades and things like that, just in general, you know, every marriage, you know, they run into issues, problems and things like that. And I always felt like, you know, sometimes with us, you know, you find some people, you know, they can argue, right, and then be cool, like, you know, a couple hours later. You know, with us, it was just like, man, it seemed like it would be like days. Like, you know, before we could be back on the same page. And I was just like, man, I don't feel right. You know, so we went through that for a little bit. But, you know, the number one thing that kept us together for 13 years and, you know, had us, you know, together for like 20 was the fact that, you know, we were friends before we got married, you know. And so, you know, when the weight game came between both of us, or the infidelity, or the lust, or the arguments, or the fussing and fighting, or the yelling and cussing each other out, whatever happened, right? You know, we could always overlook that because we were friends. And so even when it came down to my divorce, right? You know.
Wait a minute. So the same lady that endured a lot of these things, you guys reached a breaking point.
Yep. Yep.
Wow.
So, we reached the breaking point. And so the breaking point came for the simple fact that, you know, the masturbation and stuff that you had recently just talked about, right? Obviously that's true. You masturbate, whether it's male or female, because it happens with both. You know, you do it with yourself enough, self-pleasure. You can't pleasure the other person. You know what I mean? That becomes an issue in your marriage. You know, because obviously we get married to fulfill each other's desires, and you need that. That's part of your marriage. And if one or the other ain't getting it, then they have to do it. You know what I'm saying? And if they can't get it, then, you know, they don't want to, but a lot of times people step out.
And you know, a lot of people don't understand the spiritualness of sex.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sex between the right person, y'all become a reflection of each other. And it helps that woman follow where you're going. Yeah. That's how spiritual sex is. That's why, you know, we all make mistakes, man. We done all ran through some
Yeah.
We all have done our thing without knowing, right?
Correct.
Some of us with knowing.
With knowing, yeah.
But the purpose of sex is really spiritual.
Oh, yeah.
That's why you can't deposit everywhere you go.
Yeah.
You know, because it'll make you fall into lustful places and the lustful situations.
Yeah.
Where something that you dusted off way 100 miles away, and you might have something that's gonna run past your face that look just like what you hit, and that lust demon is gonna rise up because that booty look just like old girl, and it makes you fall into the same trap.
Yeah.
And now you put a deposit into a whole nother person, and you're creating a soul tie with them because it's all spiritual. I said I wasn't going to interrupt you, man. Go ahead, finish.
No, that was actually good, man, because, I was thinking about that, because obviously, I've been married. So, when you're married and, you love that, that one person, you may love, you go all night long, and then you make deposits outside. It's like, man, get off me, man. I don't even feel it. They don't even feel right no more, man.
I've already did myself.
So we went back to the other show 2 shows ago, and we talked about, is it worth being married? And you've been married for 13 years. Kev, you still married. I went through a storm, still going to storm. And you talked about that part. Is it worth being married again? Would you do it again?
I would do it again, man. I would definitely do it again, man. A lot changed when I got my divorce, man. Having to do everything on my own, and I don't necessarily want a wife for that thing, but man, the beauty of having a wife at that particular time was being able to build together. You know what I mean? When you find a wife that can, respect you, treat you right, help you build your actual physical home together, whether they be with kids, keeping it clean and things like that. And then not only that, if you have your wife to be business savvy, that can actually help you build your business. And even if she can't help you build the business, but support you.
Man,
because, that's the number one thing for men is just having that support. Because, a lot of times, sometimes we jump on different endeavors and, you got another business, you got another business. Yeah. But just having that support is big.
Man, it's big.
Yeah, so I definitely think it's worth it.
Yeah. That's good.
I'm glad you even took it that way because what I understand about you is you are a businessman, and it seems like being a musician, going through a divorce, and now relocating, and how is business and after divorce? Because a lot of people don't talk about the after divorce.
Yeah.
How is life after being divorced, man, and getting actually what your body said, like, I'd rather be single anyway.
Yeah.
Now you got it. But how does that make you feel? How are you doing now? First question is with business, and how are you doing in your relationships?
Yeah. So, man, as it relates to business, it's difficult because, when you I feel like when you have a wife that you feel like is strong and was a supporter of you, you obviously lose that support. So whereas, you once wore many hats, you were doing a lot of things.
Wow.
You had someone that would say, hey, slow down. Hey, let's pray about it. Especially when you were the one that like, hey, I think one of y'all say we just like to grind all the time on one of your previous projects. That was me, right? Yeah. Grind. But I had, her to stabilize me and say, hey, let's go to God in prayer. Wait, I ain't got time for that right now. Absolutely. I'm trying to get it, right? Yeah. But, she would calm me down. So definitely, when it comes to business, man, I really feel like I lost a lot of support, in that area. But at the same time, right, I'm not selfish, and I know it wasn't good for us to still stay together. So I think at the same time, it's helping me build my own character, self-discipline, to do a lot of things on my own, whereas, she may have handicapped me in. I'm now able to do that myself. And as it comes to like my, relationships and personal relationships, that's a little bit different, man, because, I grew up in the church. I'm still playing for churches. The church that I'm at now, my wife once went to. Ooh. Together, I and if they watch this video, they're gonna know no. But if I still go to church sometimes, and some of the members say, because my wife's brother died not too long ago last year, and so a lot of them think she went to Georgia for that reason.
Wow.
But they don't know I'm divorced. And I just ain't had the nerve to tell them yet because it's shameful. It hurts. It's not a good feeling. It's not a good look either, especially when you've been married for so long. People have so many questions. They see you successful on Facebook. They see the businesses you build. They see you drive around in your nice car, wear these nice blazers. Oh, they got it together. Yeah. And then to know that, hey, we're done. Yeah. She ain't coming back.
Man.
You know, that
and
it's a tough pill.
That's why I asked the question, because business is booming.
Yeah.
But relationships isn't.
Yeah.
So it's almost like the grind
mm-hmm.
got you exactly what you were grinding for,
mm-hmm.
but it took something that you actually
mm-hmm.
needed,
and
you took for granted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Man,
Mm-hmm.
so many men miss it at that part.
Yeah.
You know, I'm focused, man.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear all that. I don't want to miss me with that lovey-dovey stuff.
Yeah.
But you go and you jack off and you masturbate,
mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
You didn't got yours off and you focus on business. When was time for her?
Yeah.
And then when the ship sinks, you left holding the bag.
Yeah.
Man, I think that's oh my God, a perfect place to put a halt, man. I want to ask you right now, where's your mental health at this moment? How do you feel mentally after divorce? Being here now, your story's out.
What keeps you grounded?
Yeah. You know, mentally, you know, man, I literally have to, I have to keep busy. You know, I have to, now I do have to stay grinding, you know, because it's easy to fall into a state of depression, you know, where once, you know, there were two incomes coming into the house. It's now just mine as well. So financially, I'm taking a hit as well. And that's not always easy either. And it's easy to fall into a state of depression, you know. I really have to pray, consistently play my worship music, stay around strong brothers, you know, and just continue to keep positive. You know, the one thing I can say that really helps me is that because I know that, you know, I haven't been through divorce before, but I've been through some other things. And you know, I've always seen God, you know, prevail. I always say, like, I feel like he be late. You know, I feel like he be scaring me a little bit.
Big fella, where you at?
But, you know, he do be on time with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So mentally, you know, I just really try to stay busy, man. I really try to stay busy, stay positive, keep my mind filled with, you know, different things. I remember, you know, you had sent me a video one time, Pastor Mike Todd, the video I made. I don't know if it was on purpose or relationships, but, I mean, stuff like that, man, that blessed me. It helped me having someone that knows your heart. And actually, I don't even know if you knew what I was going through. But God knew.
Yeah.
Hey, and he had you to send that video, man, at the right time. Remember I told you.
Glory to God, bro.
So, you know, yeah.
That's good.
You know, I think, man, I want to appreciate your courage, man, today. Yeah. And, you know, I want to invite you as, you know, already my brother. Okay. You know I mentor you a lot already, you know, but it's mutual. The feeling's mutual. And I'm glad that my brother Chris got a chance to really, you know, meet you, because we definitely would love to invite you to our brotherhood.
To the brotherhood.
Oh, man.
We want to give you a gift,
a
token.
We'll open that.
Open that thing up for the folks out there.
Man.
You official now, man. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Men's truth.
Yes, sir.
Brotherhood, welcome.
We want to welcome you to the brotherhood, man.
Oh, yeah. I'm wearing this.
Yes, sir.
All the time.
Hey.
All the time.
Pleasure.
We want to thank you again, man. And I tell you what, Chris, man, if you have one thing to say to the people today after this show, what would you say?
You see it right here, another testimony of somebody growing up and having, you know, some deposits, as Kev like to say. I like that better. Yeah. Deposits that he went through and how it shaped him. And how it can take you into a world that you were not prepared for.
Yeah.
It can mess up everything you got and take you to the worst place and be your pain. But it shows you can still be successful. You still can make it. You can still be grounded.
Yes.
But a brotherhood like this is going to take you even further.
Man.
Because you have a safe place to come to, and don't hold it in. And with that, we all share this to bring each other up. So I might share something that he needs, and that's how we're going to grow from there. And man, it's just only testimony when you take the pride away and you can work together like this, you can see the blessings that's coming down even more. So that's why I got shared. That's what I see out of it.
I love it. I love it. And you know me, man. It's only one way to end this show, baby. Oh, you know what? What is it? What?
His music selection.
One more time for the people that didn't hear you in the back.
His music selection.
Brought
to you by Kev.
Brought to you by Kev.
But I'm in his car.
Hey, wait a
shower,
minute. Come on, talk
in the
to
back
him
of the
then.
church.
Wait a minute.
Right here on the set.
All of them things, baby.
He don't stop singing.
It won't stop. Can't stop. Won't stop. Hey, but I want to thank y'all again, man, for joining. So I do have a song.
Yes.
But I'm going to do something a little different.
What's that?
I'm going to pass it actually to my brother, our special guest. Oh. I'm going to allow him to pick the song.
Okay.
What you got, man? I'm throwing you on the spot. I know you're a musician, man. Give us something good, man. I got something good, man. But I ain't going to even give what I got. I'm going to give it. Come on. What you got? I ain't even going to show you. Come on.
So, I don't know what type of songs y'all pick.
Man, no, go from the shoot from the hip.
But for me, because of what we talked about is I'm going to see a victory.
Wait a minute. You going that way.
And the part of that song says, what the enemy meant for evil, God turned it for good.
Wait a that boy just preached.
That's it.
I like it, man.
Yeah, I like it.
Hey, there it is. What's the name of the song?
I'm gonna see a victory.
I'm gonna see a victory by.
Man, I can't even remember.
Hey man, we gotta be ready, man.
I can't look, man.
Hey, you know what? Let's thank God for Google search.
Google search. Hey, I'll send it to you. We can put it up.
I'm gonna see a victory.
That's it.
Yeah. So that's
for
it, man.
the battle belongs to you, Lord. Hey. But thank you, man. Thank you guys for tuning in to a great episode. And again, thank you to our guest, Chris. Thank you to Big Brick for always holding me down. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure he'll say the same thing. Man, God bless y'all. God bless you. This episode was fire. Another banger. God bless y'all. We thank you again. Men's Truth signing out. God bless.
You see it. Take care.